Hey man, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Daron here and we're back with another video. And in today's video, I'm beginning to the top 10 designer fall fragrances for men in 2024. I don't want to keep y'all waiting, so without any further ado, let's hop right into the list. Before I present the first one, I just want to let you guys know everything on this list is not in any particular order, but this first one I'm about to give y'all is literally the best one on the list. I had to get it right out the way first. The fragrance I'm about to give you guys is easily a 10 out of 10. Unfortunately, it is discontinued, but I don't know why they discontinued it. It's literally the best fragrance in the line. So the fragrance I am talking about is Paco Rabanne 1 Million Privé. Like I was saying, this fragrance is unfortunately discontinued. Personally, I don't understand why they discontinued it. It's literally the best one. Out of all the I have a couple and I tried a couple. Nothing comes close to 1 Million Privé. And as you can tell by the bottle design, it's not that usual gold color like most of the bottles. This one's kind of like a brownish gold color. So this still has that 1 Million classic bottle shape and design, but this color is just switched on it. It's like it's just brown. But let me tell you, okay, yeah. Oh my gosh. The main things in this fragrance are really gonna be tobacco, it's gonna be orange, and then cinnamon. Mainly that cinnamon though. This stuff smells amazing. It has great projection and great longevity too. Literally out of my whole collection, this is the only fragrance that has a 100% compliment rate. Yeah, that was a little bit misleading, but to be fair, I only wore it one time, and the one time I wore it, I did get a compliment. The compliment I got from this, I actually was at a football game. So what happened was I ended up going down to the field where the football players were. Literally in the middle of the game, one of the players walked out to me. He was like, "Dang, you smell good as f." Literally his exact words, and it's like, he knew what was up. This fragrance is just, it smells so good. I don't wear it often because truthfully this stuff is very hard to get, but it's just so good. But yeah, Paco Rabanne 1 Million Privé. Moving on to the next one. Okay, moving on to the second spot, my pick is going to be Dior Sauvage Elixr. Now, most of you probably heard this before because it's part of the Dior Sauvage line, which is like the most popular fragrance line of all time. Now, this takes the original Dior Sauvage DNA and it like, yeah, it takes that original Dior Sauvage DNA and it just makes it so much better. Some of the top notes on this are going to be nutmeg, cinnamon, and cardamom. The middle note in this is going to be lavender, which I believe is very prominent in the fragrance. And some of the base notes you're going to get in this are going to be sandalwood, amber, and patchouli. One of the really good things about this fragrance is the performance. The longevity and projection in this stuff right here is literally going to be some of the best you're going to get from a designer house. Unfortunately, this fragrance kind of does have like a niche price tag, even though it is still designer, but I still think it's very worth the money. It's warm, fresh, and spicy, and it has a little bit of woodiness too that makes it very masculine. This fragrance is very masculine. But yeah, second up, Dior Sauvage Elixr. Okay, so the next fragrance I'm going to be talking about is going to be better for like date nights or like more intimate settings. The fragrance I'm talking about is Dolce & Gabbana, the one, specifically the Eau de Parfum. Now this fragrance is controversial in the fragrance community because of the performance on it. I've personally seen and like heard over 100 people complain about the performance and like longevity of this. Me personally though, when I wear this, I don't have any issues at all. I think if you just spray enough, I think you theoretically should be fine. But like I was saying, you really want to wear this for more intimate settings. This is like the complete opposite of Dior Sauvage Elixr. Dior Sauvage Elixr is going to be very loud. Like this is not very loud. The main stuff you're gonna smell in this are gonna be like amber and ginger. It's warm, spicy, ambery, and it also has a little bit of tobacco too. Now this stuff, it just smells so great. It's literally one of the best amber fragrances on the market. Just the projection and the longevity on other people, it's just, that's the main thing that knocks this fragrance down. So if you're looking into buying this, just be careful. Don't be mad if about like 4 or 5 hours in you can't smell it anymore. I'm warning you. Look up any other videos, they're gonna warn you, but yeah. Dolce & Gabbana, the one, Eau de Parfum. Okay, so moving on to the next fragrance, this one is also very underrated. I think it might be discontinued, I'm not too sure. I heard it was, I heard it wasn't. I'll have to do some research on that after I end up filming this. But the fragrance I'm talking about is Azzaro's Wanted by Night. Now, if you know Azzaro makes some great cool weather fragrances that are really good for the fall and winter. Just like the rest, this one is really good. This one is just very slept on. Okay, so before I get into the actual notes in this, I'm gonna like explain what it smells like. And like, okay, so like, truthfully, to me, it smells like a orange whiskey. And then truthfully, I don't even like Like, I don't even like to smell alcohol, but this stuff is just so addicting. Now, this fragrance for me brings back a couple memories. So me and my family, we go to Tennessee, specifically Gatlinburg, Tennessee, probably like at least one time every 2 years. And if you ever been to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and specifically the Strip, you know that on the Strip they have a whole bunch of arcades, have a whole bunch of restaurants. So I am not allowed to legally drink, but the rest of my family are. So when we go down to Tennessee in the Strip, some of the things that they do down there is they go whiskey tasting, because I guess this is what they do down there. I really wouldn't know, but I guess whiskey is like really popular down in Tennessee. Now I say that because this stuff smells like the first like whiff of air you get when you walk into a whiskey shop. I know it sounds weird, but I promise you this stuff, it smells good. Some of the main notes in this are gonna be cinnamon, orange, vanilla, and tobacco. This is gonna be some great stuff for the winter. If you have not tried this, I definitely recommend to at least go smell it or pick it up. But yeah, Azaro Wanted by Night. Okay, so the next fragrance on my list is gonna be one that is probably the most slept on in the whole list. And honestly, the whole line is slept on. I have the EDP version, but the EDT and the Parfum are also great as well. The fragrance I am talking about is Burberry Hero EDP. But like I was saying, the EDT and the Parfum are very good options as well. But hey, if you know this stuff is so good, it just doesn't get the attention and love that it actually deserves. If you have never got your nose in this, I recommend you to like go do that right away. It should be at your main retail stores like Macy's, Sephora, and Ulta. That's initially where I smell mine from. Actually, no, I actually smell mine from Dillard's. So this literally will be at 90% of the retail stores that you go fragrance shopping at. Main things in this fragrance are gonna be amber and like wood notes. Some of the notes in this are gonna be pine needles. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's so good. Benzoin, that's where the amber comes from, and then has 3 different types of cedar woods. Also, plus about this one too, literally has a magnetic cap. Like, this fragrance is so slept on, but yeah, Burberry Hero Eau de Parfum. Okay, moving on to the next fragrance on this list. This one might be a little bit controversial. A lot of people tend to say this fragrance is for like summer. I tend to disagree. They say that because there's a pineapple note, but I think there's a lot of darker notes in this that make it really good for the cooler weather. The fragrance I am talking about is going to be Valentino Yellow Dream. Truthfully, this fragrance to me smells like pancakes and syrup. I've never heard anyone else describe it like that, but when I first tested it in Macy's, that's just what I smelled. The top notes in this are going to be pineapple and orange. The middle notes in this are going to be some spices, some ginger, and then actually gingerbread too. And then the base notes are going to be vanilla and then cedarwood. I think this is like a top 3 Valentino Uomo fragrance. It's almost as good as Coral Fantasy, but it's not quite there yet. It's like, it's sweet, it's warm and spicy, it's fruity, and then it also has like vanilla in the base. This fragrance, I actually want to hear everyone's opinion about it, so drop a comment down below. If you have smelled this before, let me know if you guys think this is strictly a summer fragrance, or let me know if you think this could be worn year round. I think you can wear this year round, but I wouldn't recommend it for the winter. I mean, you can wear it in the winter because I have vanilla, but I wouldn't recommend it. I just think it's better for like spring, summer, and fall. But yeah, pineapple, ginger, and gingerbread, and vanilla, that's the main stuff you get in this. Smells like, yeah, literally smells like pancakes. Let me know if anyone else gets that. It really does smell like pancakes to me. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this one. Valentino Uomo Yellow Dream. Okay, so the next fragrance on this list is gonna be in the same boat as Dolce & Gabbana The One. But the difference is this one has a little bit better performance and projection, but it's like really good for like those date nights. This fragrance makes you feel like a boss when you walk through the room. It smells elegant, it smells high class. The fragrance I'm talking about is Dior Homme Intense. Iris and lavender, that's really pretty much what's it to the fragrance. It has more notes, but those are the 2 most prominent ones. Yeah, it's so good. Next to the iris and the lavender is also very powdery. And like I keep on saying, I don't like powdery fragrances, but this one does it so good. Like I was saying, this fragrance just makes you feel like a boss. When you wear this fragrance, you want to be like dressed up, button up shirt, suit and tie. Like, you really want to wear this fragrance when you're dressed up. Or honestly, any really occasion we want to look nice and smell good. Now, a lot of people are going to say that this fragrance is beast mode with the longevity and projection, which is true, but it's kind of really only true for like the older batches. I have a newer batch. It still performs fine, but it's just, if you read older reviews, they're going to say stuff is beast mode. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's not beast mode as of today, but it still has pretty good longevity and performance for what you're paying for. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying it's bad performance. I think it's actually pretty good for what you're paying for and what it's used for. It's just not beast mode like people say it is. This one is strictly for like winter and fall only, just like cooler weather. Do not wear this in no summertime. I promise you, you're gonna smell stupid. And also too, when it comes to the fall and winter, just take my word for this. Only wear this at nighttime. Just trust me. Just only wear this at nighttime. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. Dior Homme Intense. Okay, so the next fragrance I'm talking about is very popular, so I'm not gonna speak too much about it. The fragrance I'm talking about is Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum specifically. This fragrance smells great, great performance, great projection, great longevity. Also has a magnetic cap too. That's another positive. Also, it is one of the most versatile fragrances ever made. You could argue that this could be worn year round, which I really wouldn't disagree with, but I think it's better for the cooler weather. Citruses, amber, and wood, that's gonna be the main accords in this. This fragrance is one of the most popular and highest selling fragrances like ever made. I think it's really deserved. Another reason why I like this fragrance so much is because it was like the second designer fragrance that I ever known. So like, no matter what happens, I'll never dislike this fragrance. I'll always recommend it. It's always gonna have a special place in my heart. Now this stuff is a little bit pricey, but I think it's worth the money. Just because when you're getting this fragrance, you're getting something that you literally could wear every day. It's very mass appealing, and it smells overall, it just smells really nice. You can dress this up, you can dress it down. It's so versatile. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about this one. Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum, one of the best fragrances of all time. Okay, so moving on. The next fragrance I'm about to talk about is also one of the most popular men designer fragrances of all time. The fragrance I'm talking about is Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male Le Parfum. This stuff is warm, powdery, has vanilla and iris. Like I was saying, some of the main notes in this are gonna be cardamom, amber, and vanilla. This stuff literally smells so good. As you can see, I literally have the 200 ml bottle. Now, I would be careful when buying this because some people have great performance with it. I personally, I don't have that good performance. The performance is okay, just a projection. The projection is really bad for me, but I heard on other people it's great. So this is when you want to go test on your skin first. I think this is a top 3 fragrance from the JPG Le Male line. It's like up there. It's literally arguably interchangeable as the #1 JPG fragrance with Le Male Elixr. And then the presentation on this is really good too. I really like the black bottle with the gold accent. This stuff is really good for fall. Preferably, I think this is better for the nighttime. I wouldn't recommend wearing it during the daytime. This stuff is kind of in the same boat as the Dolce & Gabbana, the one Eau de Parfum that was on the list earlier. Better for those like closer, intimate occasions. This stuff smells so good. It's literally one of the most addictive fragrances I've ever smelled. Like, I promise you, if you wear this, someone smells this and they're about to go crazy. Overall, a great fragrance. JPG did a really good job with this one. JPG Le Male Le Parfum. Okay, so the last fragrance on this list is gonna be also one of my favorites. Same thing as Bleu de Chanel EDP. This is like one of the, I literally think this was the 3rd designer fragrance that I ever got. And the fragrance I'm talking about is Versace Eros Flame. So I have both of the Eros fragrances. I have the original EDT, and then this is the Eros Flame, which is actually an EDP concentration. Now, Versace did a great job when it came to like designing, producing, and advertising these 2 fragrances. Simplest way I could put it is that Versace made this one for like hot weather, and Versace made this one for cooler weather. Versace Eros Flame takes that original Eros DNA and it makes it more dark. The main differences that you can like actually smell when you smell this fragrance is like, yeah, like when you actually smell this fragrance compared to the original, this one adds like orange. I think that's one of the main things you get in this. You get that orange. And then just like the original EDT version, they both do have vanilla, but this one has more vanilla because it's better for like the cooler weather. One really good thing about this fragrance is that, like I was saying, it's Eau de Parfum concentration compared to the EDT. This stuff lasts longer than the EDT. It projects farther and it has like a bigger sillage. Performance is not an issue with this fragrance, but just like I was saying, it is very strong, so just like be careful with how you spray it. Personally, I believe Eros Flame is a step up from the original EDT version. A lot of people in the fragrance community are gonna be like 50-50 about it. I just think that it's never gonna be something that everyone agrees on, but I think that this is a step up. If you like this, you'll definitely like this more. But yeah, that's gonna do it. The last in 10th place, Versace Eros Flame. Okay, so that's gonna do it for my top 10 designer fall fragrances for men in 2024. If you guys liked the video, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Hopefully I can catch you guys in the next one. Peace.